You're watching Taste the Victory.
Jesmon has had quite a bit of support already, but get ready to take that deck to the next level with the new Jesmon starter deck. This is one of the 2 new starter decks releasing alongside Booster Set 10, so let's go ahead and start looking at what we can add and take out to start upgrading this Jesmon starter deck. First, to clear up any confusion, this Sistermon War card pictured here will be Sistermon Ciel in the English release, and it'll look more like this. On screen right now is everything you get out of the box, so let's see what we're going to start taking out and adding in. First up is Gurimon. Gurimon is actually a pretty solid egg. Your turn, when you have 2 or more Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. Unfortunately, there's easier ways to trigger this already in red, and we already have DP boosting covered in the deck, so Gurimon isn't an egg we want to max out on. Instead, we're going to drop it and replace it with the Gurimon from Booster Set 8. This one has an inheritable when attacking once per turn. If this Digimon has 6000 DP or more, draw 1. This is very easy condition to meet and will help us draw, which is something red doesn't have a lot of access to traditionally, so it's a great egg to patch up a weakness. You could run the Gurimon in your starter deck at 1 if you want that extra draw, however, we are trying to end games quick, so we kind of want the consistency that 4 gives us to always see the draw 1 instead of possibly a DP boost, but feel free to run that starter deck Gurimon if you want the 5th egg. After that, we got our rookie lineup. Out of the box, we have 4 of the Huckmon, Solarmon, and then Candlemon. Huckmon is in archetype and really good. Its main effect is also pretty nice. Your turn, once per turn, when you play a Digimon with Sistermon in its name, gain 1 memory. Definitely nice if you get it on the field. However, it's not a card we need to prioritize getting out on the field, so we're going to be dropping this down to 2. Candlemon is just a 2-drop vanilla, which can be pretty good if you want to drop a body while also choking your opponent to 1 memory. However, it's not what we're going to need since we need to free up space. Solarmon is fantastic in the Booster Set 10 format because all turns, players can't reduce play costs. Arguably, as long as Crossheart and all these other Digicross decks are still viable, it's always going to be worth running some amount of Solarmon to block that entire mechanic, forcing them to remove Solarmon from your field. But unless a card is a core strategy of your deck or very needed for consistency, we don't need 4 of it, so we're going to free up some space for our other rookies by dropping Solarmon down to 3. And then we're going to turn on stats to see how much we have of everything. To replace them, we're going to be adding the Huckmon from Booster Set 6 and from Booster Set 7. These are fantastic and play into the consistency of the deck more. Booster Set 6 Huckmon is a reveal top 5 searcher on play, which helps with your consistency, and Booster Set 7 Huckmon also ups your consistency by being a when attacking inheritable and revealing the top 5 cards to get more Sistermons for the Jesmon's effects that we'll see in a second. So we're going to prioritize these for having the Huckmon name and being great consistency options. Now, right now you'll see that it has 17 rookies. Don't worry about that because that is taking into account the Sistermon Blanc. They may make your ratios a little awkward, but without counting Blanc, we are running 13 total red rookies, which is a good number to make sure you see one in your opening turn. The new Sistermon Blanc in the starter deck is really solid. It is 3 to play, on play, trash 1 card to draw 2, and then all turns it protects your Digimon with Decoy Red-Black. So it's really nice to be able to play it out and have it on the field. However, we don't want to overload it and we want room for other Sistermon, so we're going to cut it down to 2. As for how many starter decks you want to buy, the only thing you really need more than is provided in this deck out the box is the Jesmon and the Memory Boost. These come at 2, and while the Jesmon is probably going to be ran at 4 in most cases, and the Memory Boost will be ran anywhere from 3 to 4. So I think you are very much okay picking up 1 copy of the starter deck and then just getting signals for those few remaining cards. Then we move on to our champion lineup. Luckily, as mentioned at the beginning of this video, a lot of what we need comes right out the box. So we have 4 of the new BaoHuckmon right away. It's 2 Digimon 6000 DP and it's inheritable, while this Digimon has Huckmon in its name or Royal Knights in the traits, it gets plus 1000 DP. So we have another DP booster to make our guy really big and safe swings into security and beat over your opponent's Digimon. This also gives us another reason of why we are not running the Gurimon, since it really starts to become a bit redundant, so we run the BT8 one. After that, we have Miramon. It is just a 1 to Digivolve vanilla champion, which has had its niche traditionally in the Digimon metagames to be able to quickly climb up. However, we need our effects in this deck, so we're going to cut out the Miramon entirely since it's just a vanilla. And we're going to replace it with the BaoHuckmon from Booster Set 6. It has the inheritable when attacking once per turn. If you have a Digimon with Sistermon in its name in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP or less. It's a really great effect that synergizes with the rest of your deck and offers a bit more board control in case you have to answer a wide board. BaoHuck is fantastic, and being another in-archetype name with Huckmon is why we want to prioritize it, and that'll be our champion lineup of these 2. Sistermon Ciel is another on-play, reveal top 3 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 card with Huckmon in its name or a Royal Knight. in its traits among them to your hand or trash the remaining cards. So it's a great consistency option and another searcher. And then all turns, all of your Digimon with Huckmon in their name or Royal Knight in their traits gain reboot. So that lets you be a little bit more aggressive and have your Digimon still protected by unsuspending it, making it so they can't swing into it right away unless they have a way to attack an unsuspended Digimon. It's really great, but since we're going to be running a lot of Sistermons in this deck, we have to make room. So instead of the 4 they give you, we'll be running it at 2. Then we're going to move on to our ultimate level 5 lineup. First up is Gurimon, another vanilla again, although it does have 9000 DP, which makes it pretty beefy. In the past this had its niche, but we're going to cut this because we need to make sure we have our useful ultimates instead. Instead, we will replace it with one SaviorHuckmon. And yeah, it's only one because this card has been limited to 1 because it made Jesmon so good before in past Japanese formats. It's 3 Digivolve into 7000 DP. When Digivolving, you may play one Digimon card with Sistermon and its name from your hand without paying its memory cost, which is amazing to have those effects so they need a Sistermon on the field live. And then when attacking the Inheritable, which is what really put it over the edge, if you have a Digimon with Sistermon in its name in play, you may unsuspend this Digimon once per turn. That is fantastic to aggro into your opponent's security, answer their board, and just try and close out the game in general. So since we can only run one of it, we will run it. And then we already have 4 of the SaviorHuckmon from the starter deck provided for us, so we will keep that ratio, because it is really great as well. It also has a when Digivolving effect. This Digimon can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon until the end of your turn, which can come up in niche situations to snipe your opponent's Digimon. And then Inheritable effect, when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has Royal Knight in its traits, you may play one Digimon card with Sistermon and its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. So you can really flood the board pairing this with the Jesmon that we are going to see in a sec, so it really ends up going together very well to get a wide board on the field and make it hard for your opponent to respond. That's why we need 4 of it, besides also being an in-archetype name. And that will be all that we run for the ultimate lineup. 5 may be on the pretty low end, but we do have a lot of searching in this deck, and this kind of goes into a philosophy of we want to see these cards or bust, because otherwise we're not going to have as high a power ceiling anyways, so might as well only shoot for them. So yep, we'll only be running 5 of these ultimates. After that, we see that the Volcanomon is also included in the starter deck. It has blocker, which is pretty decent, and security attack +1, which does give us a little more aggro into security. However, you'll see soon we have plenty of that, and 4 cost is really hard to justify in this deck, so we're going to end up cutting it. After that, we move up to our lineup of Megas. We have Gurimon, which is when Digivolving, you may play one Huckmon or Digimon in a card with Sistermon in its trade from your trash without paying its memory cost. Your turn, once per turn, when you play a Digimon by an effect, Digivolve 1 on up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon. Gurimon definitely has a great effect, however it's not really contributing to the win con of the deck, which is trying to be aggressive, get a wide board so they can't handle it, and pound away at your opponent's security while they try to answer it. It does help out a little bit by playing another Huckmon or Sistermon, but we rather be more aggressive and get more security checks and all that, which the new Jesmon will provide. And we're going to cut that to make room for 3 of the Jesmon in the starter deck. You can run 3 to 4, it's up to your preference if you don't want to get the second starter deck or buy singles, but I think 3 is a good ratio. However, if you don't want to get a new starter deck, I think it's justifiable to keep that Gurimon Jesmon ratio if you only want to get 1 starter deck. The new Jesmon reads, when Digivolving Blitz, which means it can attack once you pass over memory to your opponent. When attacking, you may play one Digimon card with Sistermon and its name for your hand without paying its memory cost, and in your turn, once per turn, when you play another Digimon by an effect, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP and security attack +1 for the turn. So that lets you be a lot more aggressive, which is what we want with our security checks. It gives you extra DP to live swings, and it gets another Sistermon specifically on the field without paying its cost. Because of Jesmon X that we are going to reveal right now, we want Jesmon in name specifically, which is why we're prioritizing over Gurimon, but also the Blitz plus security attack +1 naturally makes it really great. For our other Mega, we're going to add in 3 of the Booster Set 10 card Jesmon X. So this lets you Digivolve over Jesmon specifically for free, otherwise it's 3 from a level 5, which is why I want to prioritize Jesmon as our Mega. It's an incredibly powerful card for this deck, because when Digivolving, you may play one Digimon card with Sistermon and its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost, so that is another opportunity yet again to swarm your board. Then, if Jesmon is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, or you have a Digimon with Sistermon and its name in play, all of your Digimon get plus 2000 TP and may attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon until the end of your opponent's turn. So this gives all of your Digimon plus 2000 TP. So, a popular deck, Crossart, is going to run a card Fireball to be able to snipe your Solarmon so it can do its Digi-Crossy stuff without being memory blocked. But because of this effect, since it applies to all of your Digimon until the end of your opponent's next turn, this will make it 3000 DP, making it even harder for them to snipe it with Fireball or with the Rulumon, so it's a really great anti-tech there to protect those cards in general. That and being able to get another Sistermon on the field for free potentially, in addition to extra DP on your main Mega that'll last to your opponent's turn, makes it a really great extender to keep your game plan going. Let's circle back to the Sistermons to round out our Digimon lineup. First up, we're adding in 2 of the old BT6 Sistermon, which makes all your Sistermons a blocker if you have a Digimon with Huckmon or Royal Knight in his traits on the field, and then on play it triggers draw 1. So again, since you've seen we have a lot of cards that play a Sistermon for free, it helps with your consistency with that on play effect, while also buying you turns by making all your Sistermon blockers, which is really hard to respond to if they don't have specific options. Then we have the new Sistermon Ciel introduced in Booster Set 10, which is coming soon. It has 5000 DP, 4 to play, and then on play, if it is your turn, you may Digivolve one of your Digimon into a Digimon with Royal Knight in his traits from your hand by paying its Digivolution cost. Your turn, once per turn, when your Digimon Digivolves into a Digimon with Huckmon in its name or Royal Knight in his traits, gain 1 memory. So this does synergize with the when attacking Blitz effect on Jesmon, so even though your turn passed over to your opponents in terms of memory, this effect will let you Digivolve into Jesmon GX. So it's really great synergy with the rest of the deck to help keep the pressure up. And finally, our last Sistermon is Ciel from Booster Set 6. 5000 DP, 4 to play, all turns, all of your Digimon with Huckmon in their name or Royal Knight in their traits get plus 2000 DP, and then on play, gain 1 memory. The on play is very nice, it could potentially help you extend turns, and the plus 2000 DP being all turns makes it really annoying for your opponent to attack over your Digimon. And that's basically going to be 2 of each Sistermon to complete the lineup. So to round this out, let's look at our options. Here we have removal in Fist, and then this option in Aus Generics. But basically, both of these options don't do anything that we already can't do with our Digimon's main effects themselves, so it's not worth running them. Instead, we'll run stuff for consistency and protection. Let's start off with the memory boost included in the deck from Master to Disciple. It is yet another search card to help with the consistency, and you can reduce the Digivolution cost by delaying it later. It comes at 2 in the starter deck, so I'm going to recommend upping it to 3 to make sure you always see it. You could consider running 3 to 4 too, depending on what you want to prioritize. However, we are also running Red Memory Boost, which basically does more of the same: reveal top 4, grab 1 red Digimon, and then delay, gain 2 memory to extend your turns. Both of these search, so you have a lot of consistency in the deck. After that, we have Judgement on the Blade, which provides for cheeky removal. Main, one of your Digimon with Huckmon in its name or Royal Knights in its traits can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon for the turn, and its security effect is very good. You may play 1 Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand to trash. If you play the blocker, this could potentially save you from lethal, and then without paying its memory cost, and then add this card to your hand. So not only do you get to play something for free, you also then get to add it later to maybe snipe something unsuspended. It's a fantastic versatile option that's nice as a one-of. And finally, a delicate plan so we don't have to worry about security option effects and can swing to our heart's content. And the sisters are in the background. How cute is that? It's fitting. We're not running a Tamer, however, if you do want to run one because you feel you need that 3 memory, there is the Hero Tamer option that was introduced in Booster Set 8, pictured here. He guarantees you 3 memory, and then when attacking, if you're level 5 or higher, get 2000 DP for suspending this Tamer. So we already have so much DP boosting, but more doesn't hurt to make sure you're absolutely protected and able to swing against over anything. If you feel you need a Tamer, this is definitely a fantastic budget option that you could run in place of the memory boost or a couple of them. And that is how we're going to upgrade Jesmon on a budget straight from your starter deck. So this is prioritizing the starter deck cards that you come with and not changing too much out of it, while still also being on a budget and able to compete. I hope this is helpful, and if you guys are running any other spicy techs in your upgrades, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, remember to stay hungry until you get a taste of victory.